Hey guys, I just wanted to show you a quick unboxing of the Horizon Hobby Arrma Granite 4x4 3S BLX, the ready to run version. I got it in the green, as you can see, the green and black. You can get it in the red and white also. Just a quick show of the box. It's quite substantial, 50 mile an hour plus. We will see. You can see there is new features on this version from the V1 and V2. Quite a few actually, which looks pretty interesting. I'll just quickly show you the box. It's running the Spectrum STL3. It's got obviously the Spectrum servo, the BLX 100 waterproof ESC, 2S and 3S compatible, and it's also got the Arrma 3660 3200 kV motor. It's got the IC5 connectors, also EC5 compatible. That's what I will be running it on because that's what I've got most of, and I haven't got the IC5 smart charger, so I'll make do with what I have got. It says required to complete 4 AA, sorry. Obviously the charger that you're gonna need for the batteries, a lipo-safe bag. Lipo-safe bag for charging or storing, but you can also store them in an ammo box or equivalent or somewhere safe. And obviously the lipo itself. It says 2S or 3S hard case. However, I know hard cases are generally better for RC cars because of the bashing that they get, but I haven't had any problems with just running normal lipos that I run in my helicopters, planes, etc., and my drones. So I will be sticking with the batteries that I have got. As you can see, there's the other side of the box. You've got the metal gears with the plastic spurs. Look pretty beefy. You know, for the price of this, I think I really wanted this as a sort of track in the car and go with the dogs and the pram, etc. Just put it into the car. I have got a Traxxas X-Max and a Nitro car and TRX4, but this is perfect just to put in the car and not worry about it. Say that the X-Max is pretty big, so it takes up a lot of space. But I haven't even opened this. This is brand new out of the box. I will cut the tags and we will have a look, see what's in the box. All right. As you can see, brand new in the box. Looks very nice. So I like the green. I was toying towards the idea of getting the red and the white. My local hobby shop did have both, but I just went for the green for no particular reason. I just went for the green. So in here, I assume we have the transmitter. We do. Also have a bind plug as well. Nice foam wheel. I mean, it's pretty light. It seems to be fairly substantial. It's nice and small, you know. You can also small enough to do it one-handed if you're filming or whatever. So on the transmitter, you have the steering rate and throttle rate as you normally would. I believe these are the reverses: throttle, reverse, steering, and reverse. I assume they were in that position. I guess that's out of the box as it would be. You've also got the throttle limit, the speed controller limit. So you can run actually run the RC car at sort of 50%, 75%, 100%. That's a pretty good feature on these new RC cars. You know, get one out of the box that you've never used before. Just chuck it onto 50. Just get the feel of it. You won't be rolling it over and damaging it as much. Or if you're giving it to friends and family, and they certainly haven't used one before, then yes, put it onto 50, and it's just not going to be quite so intimidating for them. I will probably run it on 100. I do my most things. I like my fast cars and planes, etc. So we will see how we get on. We have got an A and a B switch here. Now I don't know what that is for on the Granite. I will look in the instructions when I get time. I do know on the Infraction that's for sort of the handbrake. So I don't know if it's a standard. Obviously, it is a standard transmitter. I don't know if that will actually do anything, but we'll see. I will put it in the comments below if I actually find out what it does do. So let's get the car out. It's a nice size. It is a nice size. I didn't want anything too small. As say, I have got the X-Max, Traxxas X-Max, which is a beast, and sometimes it is a bit too big to put in the car with everything else. If you're going designated RC driving or even flying or whatever, and you've got a lot of gear, then the X-Max is potentially a bit of an issue. And if you've got a big car or a van, but so this is perfect just to chuck in the car. I can even put it in the bottom of the pushchair if I need to, and we can just get it out when we want it. But in the box you've also got the instructions to get started, and I'm sure that will tell me what that switch does on the transmitter, but I won't bore you with that. It's also got the pinion gear and everything that you need, and also by the looks of it, a blown up parts diagram. Pretty cool. I know that Arrma are pretty good with their spares, and actually some of them are pretty well priced. So I tend to just run the car, and if I know I can see something that I feel is going to need replacing, I kind of buy it before I need it, so that I can just fit it when it does break. But you've got all the part numbers, etc., which is good. It means you don't have to be searching for a part that you don't actually know the name of, or if there's multiple parts of similar design, you know exactly which one to get. And you've also got the hex for the wheels. You've got a few Allen keys. You've also got some shock dampeners to stiffen up the shocks if you need to. It looks like there are 2 different sizes, which is quite a good idea. You know, it feels very nice, but if you needed it stiffer, then you would potentially need them. So yeah, let's take a look at the truck. I mean, it's a plastic chassis. For me, that's not a bad thing. I don't actually mind a plastic chassis. The only issue is with metals is if you are going to bash hard, then bending them can be an issue. But with a plastic, you know, they're so cheap to replace anyway. I think, don't quote me, but I believe they're about £22 English pounds to replace the whole chassis. Whereas a metal, I know, for instance, like the Infraction, they're sort of in the £100. So they're generally cheaper. And also more resilient, because they've obviously got the flex, whereas metal, if it flexes, it won't bend back on its own. The wheels are nice. It's got the D-Boots Fortresses. I do hear a lot of negatives about them, ballooning, etc. You know, they all are, unless they're going to be metal banded, they're all going to balloon somewhat. I will see how they go. If they are an issue, I'll probably just use these up and then see what else is about when the time comes. It certainly won't be something that I do straight away. I mean, I do like the look of the rims, the in-depth rims, and the tyres, and the rubber does feel very nice. But let's get the body off. It's always satisfying to do this. I mean, I do look after my RC stuff as much as I can, but it will potentially never look quite as nice as that. One thing I do like with Arrma is the body clip retentions. It's just a little touch. It's, you know, it's nothing major, but it just means that you don't have to be losing your body clips. I know it's not the end of the world if you do, then, you know, cheapest chips to buy, but it's just a nice little touch, and I think it looks quite smart on the body, having the retention, rubber, silicone, whatever it is. Take that off. Nice little, nicely painted. You've got the Arrma. You've got nice little decals with the handle. Got some vents. You've got don't just bash, blast. 4x4. I particularly like the back on these new granites. I think they've made it look nice and beefy. It certainly does look solid. You've got the little granite number plate. I don't know if you can see it there. But no, even the tail light, it looks nice. The only thing I did notice with this body shell is it does potentially feel a little bit more flimsy. I'll say flimsy, thinner than other body shells. I mean, like I say, my last unboxing was an X-Max, which is a beast in its own right. So potentially that's what I'm going by. But I'm sure this will be fine, and I don't believe these are that expensive to replace anyway. And you just don't get the don't just bash blast on the inside like you do, for instance, on the Infraction that I know you do. But overall, very nice. And you've got the back, which is all imprinted. You've got the Arrma logo, etc. So no, very nice overall. I'm pleased with that. And then here we go. Here's the inside of the truck. So as I mentioned before, I will be using my own batteries. This is the IC5. I know EC5 is exactly the same. You just don't get the information back from the batteries with the when you're smart charging. But overall, if you use an EC5, I actually use XD90s, so I've just got an adapter to go to an EC5, and that's what I'll be running. I'll also be running a 3S 5000 milliamp hour Gens Ace battery. Again, I'm sure the Spectrum with the telemetry back, if you did get it, then lovely. But I'd say I've got lots of them, so that's what I'll be running on this one. So the BLX, you can see I believe it's got the heatsink and the fan on both the ESC and the motor. The motor looks pretty substantial actually for a 3S. What's they call it? Monster truck class, don't they? Sort of truggy class. But it is. I don't know if you can see it there. It is pretty beefy compared to my hand. It's nice. You've got the servo up front here, and then obviously say the ESC. You've got the on and off switch there. There has been a lot of reviews, especially with the V2, I believe. I had never owned the V2, so I can only talk from hearing on YouTube, etc., and watching different videos. Is that a lot of people were complaining that they were getting rocks stuck or stone stuck into the servo, which was causing it to sort of malfunction, and in some cases sort of burn out the servo. I don't know. I mean, nothing too big is going to go up in there anyway, and I believe this is a redesign, or at least if the chassis isn't, what they've done inside is a redesign, so that it does limit that. And I've watched other videos, and not a lot of people are saying that they are having too many issues with the V3, but I hold judgment. See, it is what it is. I mean, you can't get much more of a deeper chassis to keep rocks and dust and stuff out of. So I'm not sure what else you can do. You can potentially I've only you've seen it as much as I have at the minute, but by looking at it, you could potentially cover up the hole, or even cover up, I don't know if you can see it there, cover up there just to stop stuff going in. Yeah, that would work, especially at the bottom, but who knows, we'll see how we get on. Just going around the truck quickly. I don't want to make this a long video. You've got the nice front bumper, solid bumper. It's got some shock there, so it's not just going to snap straight away as soon as you do bash something. looks like they're all plastic, which isn't too much of a problem, especially on this size. I mean, I do believe there are upgrades, or if not, there are upgrades going to be available to make them metal. Well, is it worth it? I don't know. See how we get on. I know other manufacturers do have some issues with being plastic, but yeah, we'll see. Plastic shocks, but they do actually feel pretty nice. There's lots of travel there, lots of travel in fact. Again, at this level of car, everything being plastic is actually a good thing for me, especially. I just want something that I can just chuck in the car and sort of not have to worry about too much, and that, you know, it'll be a lot heavier, and just want something to chuck in, you know, actually just go out and bash, and don't worry about sort of, if you do ruin things, don't worry about it, because nothing's going to cost too much. Then this for me was perfect. I don't know other people's views, but just looking at it, you know, it's got a plastic shaft, which again, I don't see as a bad thing. Again, it keeps the cost down of it. I believe all of it is modulated. So you've got the chassis, and then you've got two bulkheads. It's all modulated, and you can kind of see that by the fact that they've got pull written there. So I assume unscrewing the two bolts at the bottom and pulling that, as it says, yep, you can kind of see it clips in. So it's kind of modulated. So if you do break anything, you're not going to have to be replacing an awful amount. Hopefully, obviously, unless you bash too hard. But I guys, to be honest, to say that you've seen it as much as I have now, I'm impressed with the quality of it. The weight is good. It's a good weight. It is heavy, as in it's got some weight to it, but doesn't weigh a ton, so it's not unmanageable just to be carrying around and stuff. And I am impressed with it. Just have a look at the back quickly. I don't want to make this too long for you, because I'm sure you've seen other unboxing videos as well. I just wanted to just get one out there, because I bought this a couple of days ago, and I just wanted you guys to see it for the first time, as I have. I hadn't actually seen one of these in real life. It was a sort of spur of the moment purchase. So the X-Max, I've got the TRX4 Defender as well, which is a different class. It's not the same sort of class as these, but and also have got a Nitro Thunder Tiger buggy. So this is similar size. This is 1/10 scale, whereas the buggy is 1/8, and obviously the X-Max is 1/7. But for me, 1/10 was going to be ideal for what I wanted. Obviously at the back you've got the roll cage, the wheelie bar. Again, looks substantial. I believe, I don't know if that's got bearings in it, but they do spin very, very freely, so it feels really good quality, very sturdy. I mean, again, the actual bar has got a dampener, as well as the bumper. It looks like actually the bumper and the wheelie bar are all one, albeit you can take the wheelie bar off if you wanted to, but it's all mounted on the same, it's all mounted the same by the looks of it. But overall, nice little details. The red aluminium there, I like as well. I'd say I do like to try and protect my gear. I don't know if they do chassis protectors on for these or not. It might be an idea. I tend to actually, you can buy carbon fibre sheets, obviously vinyl sheets, off Amazon pretty cheap. I'm sure you can buy them elsewhere as well. And I tend to, it doesn't have to be fitted, you can just lay it on and cut it round. And all that does is you can just, it's cheap as chips. I think it's £6 for a 3 metre roll, and you can just put it on the bottom. You don't even have to cut out the holes, because if you're going to need to get to it, you can just rip it off and then put a new one on. And all it does, it just protects it. You know, I do like to protect my stuff, keep it nice for as long as possible. But this one definitely, I would like to be my sort of everyday chuck in the car, let's go out car, over the others that I do have, just purely because of its size, and also family members and friends, etc., can use it. This one doesn't break the bank like some others do. For me, this was a sort of right price range. You know, it wasn't too low, so you're not, you know, you're going to get quality, but it isn't too high. And yeah, so guys, this is the Arrma Granite version 3 BLX 3S. Looking nice, I think. I'd like to get a video out soon. In the UK, we're currently in a national lockdown again, so I'll have to be sensible, probably take it out, which is exactly why I bought it. Take it out, put it in the pushchair, and just when I'm taking the dogs out, just take it out, and yeah, can use it as part of my 1 hour exercise or whatever it is we're allowed these days. But I will upload a video as soon as I get it out. Thanks for watching, guys.